Family may be 2025's feel-good movie of the year, as Brendan Fraser takes on the role of a man named Phillip, who is an American working in Japan as an actor. Now, what this film entails is a lot of buy-in from the beginning, and as you watch this movie from start to finish, you're going to understand the perspective of not just Phillip, but those he is involved with. Now, as Phillip is searching for his next role, he finds himself in a position where he is enlisted, or I should say recruited, to serve as a missing piece in a person's life. Now, this role does take him in three different perspectives. On one hand, he has to play a husband. He has to go through a ceremony. The next, he is playing a father to a girl named Mia. And third, he is playing a journalist of a man that was once an actor and now has dementia. But as you watch this movie, you are really bought into how he is able to shape his own beliefs to fit the needs of those that he is helping. Now, Brendan Fraser is excellent for this movie because as you watch it, you understand that even with the money that is coming in the role he is taking on, there's some seriousness to what is on the screen. And so as you watch him navigate each role, he is bought in. Now, let's look at a few specific things in this movie that really stand out. Now, his relationship with Mia is very complicated as he is realizing that he is missing something in his own life. So is Mia. But the mom is somebody that realizes that this could create more of a problem than a true solution. And so as he is navigating that relationship with Mia, you realize that things are beginning to become personal. As he is navigating his relationship with the actor that has dementia, you understand that he is trying to make sure that the time that he spends with him has a purpose. But now let's look at the pros and the cons. I think the pros of this movie are that both in English and Japanese, it is hilarious. Even with some of the comedy not hitting as hard as it should, it is still providing a lot of laughable moments throughout the film. I also think the acting is just the solid foundation of this movie. When you are taking on a role of a man trying to play missing pieces in people's lives, you understand that there are going to be serious situations. But I think the director does a great job of breaking up the seriousness by adding in those comedic aspects that keep you entertained. And finally, I have to say the way that this movie concluded wrapped everything up beautifully. When you look at how the tones of this movie changed, how each relationship mattered, the way that the movie ends makes sense, and it is done perfectly. Now, cons. There are times throughout this movie where it is choppy. As you watch it, you're trying to figure out what exactly is the point of a specific scene or two, but it starts to rebound itself after a few scenes take place. And so even through the choppiness, you still are able to look through the film and understand its overall purpose. Now for rating. Rental Family for me is a 4.5 out of 5. This is a movie that will go undervalued, I should say, because of the movies that are out right now. It is not going to get the love that it deserves. But I already know the second that this hits a streaming service, it is going to be number 1 or number 2. This is such a good movie. Brendan Fraser does such a great job. And if you have a chance to see it this weekend, I highly recommend you see Rental Family.